What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more NBA plays as well as some MLB plays today over on PrizePicks. Yesterday, we cashed our main NBA play yesterday, which was Karl Towns over his full game points and his first quarter points. However, the MLB play missed, as well as the Green Goblin and Jason Tatum, which was a little bit interesting. However, we've hit 6 straight NBA plays, the main plays, and we are 8-1 now on plays, including Green Goblin. So Tatum was our first NBA miss at just 20.5 points in I want to say the last 4 or 5 days. So we have been absolutely crushing it in the NBA, looking to stay killing with some more winners today. We've been killing it all season, over 90 units of profit. Let's keep building on that with some more winners today in the free play video. You guys hit the like goal yesterday, which is why we have 3 NBA plays in today's video. If you want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 175 likes, I will drop a third play in tomorrow's video also for y'all. But before we get into these plays, don't miss out on checking out the DubClub. With the DubClub, you get all of my plays sent to your phone right now, and it's free for right now. There is a 3-day free trial offered in my description, or you can join for $20 off of your first month. So you can either choose to get in right now for $20 off, or if you're kind of skeptical, just join for the next 3 days for free. But you can see what's included with the DubClub. You get all of my plays sent straight to your phone. You also get access to my Underdog Streaks plays, my correlation slips, my Discord chat, as well as my contributors plays from Asmi's, Emo, and Elo. Elo crushes his soccer time and time again. He has a massive list for today. He also crushed NBA yesterday also, by the way, between his rebounds and assists right there for Tatum and Westbrook's points. But you can see what he did yesterday for the soccer if we scroll up here. He had yet another great day. He went 4-1 on Demons. The day before, I think he swept his Demons. He's been insane. But like I said, you talk to me in the Discord chat. It's super easy to reach me by just adding me in the chat. I'm pretty responsive. Also, you can talk to other members, share plays. It's a pretty active community, so if you want to get in, I think that's a pretty good perk of joining the DubClub. But also get my Underdog Streaks. And by the way, our streak right now is cooking. We are starting to cook right now. We only have 4 more or 5 more picks left that we have to put in order to cash out, because all these have hit so far. It was a $5 streak. The cash offer is now $175. So far, we have 35x'd our money over on the Underdog Streaks. We are crushing it right now, looking to stay cashing there. We also get my correlation slips, which come for some PrizePicks MLB correlation plays, which are mainly just 5 and 6 mans trying to get like a 13 to 17.5x payout usually. So don't miss out on joining. Go get that free trial or join for the next month for only $15. Both options are linked down in my description. And now that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure you play responsibly and at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Most important thing though is having those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. Let's get to these plays in today's NBA slate. We only have one game between the Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors, but I like this game so far in the series, like the one game they've had. But I think we're gonna get some pretty good plays for this series, like the entire time. Like last time we cashed on Naz Reid, I'm gonna talk about another player today from Golden State, which is going to be over in the points plus the assist category. Because I'm gonna go with the hot hand here. We're gonna go with Buddy Hield today. Over 17.5 points plus assist. Everybody today is on his PRA or his points, it seems like. There's already like over 20,000 people on his points here, and I understand why to an extent. Although a lot of people are probably just playing this one because of how many games he's been over lately, or just his last 2 games here. But I think he's in a great spot just overall, and let me explain why here. So Buddy Hield has had at least 18 and only 26% of games so far this year. But his last 2 games have been absolutely dominant, of course. He's had 36 and 27 in the last 2 games. What I love is his potential assists for last game, for one, but also his minutes here. He's played 37 and 40 minutes, mainly because he's been playing so good. But now with Steph Curry being hurt, that's an absolute just massive boost to his minutes here, I think. So I think he should be locked into hopefully at least 30 minutes this time around. And when he even saw close to those minutes last series also, he cashed in every single game. He had 19 and 18, which is 29 and 30 minutes last series, in a tougher matchup against Houston, by the way. So I think there's a lot to like here for Buddy Hield, because games where he plays at least 28 minutes, he's over in 75% of games this year, 2 misses being on the hook. When he plays at least 30 minutes, he's been over in 79% of games with 1 hook there. So I think he's in a great spot, because I think these minutes should be a lock, quote unquote, for Buddy Hield here. I think he should be playing at least 30 minutes here with Curry being out of the lineup and him playing so good as of late. As long as he's not shooting absolutely terrible, which it could happen with Buddy Hield. Like this performance here, by the way, the 36 was a complete outlier. He shot 80% from the field. What's his field goal percentage this year? It's not even close to that. 42% is what his field goal percentage is. He shot 80% in that game on some massive field goal attempts. So I think we could see some really high field goal attempt numbers, though, from Buddy Hield, especially with the minutes that I'm expecting here. And I think it's going to be enough to cover this line. But I'm not really expecting 27 or anything this time around, but I'm expecting at least 18 for Buddy Hield here. Curry being out of lineup is pretty massive here. Here's how he's been without Curry this year, but if you factor in the minutes he's been playing, it's just, of course, goes way, way up. With at least 27 minutes this year, he's over in 4 out of 5 games without Curry. The one miss there being against Houston, although a lot of these games I will say are from October and November. He did play one game though in January where you saw about 35 minutes and dropped 17 points and 5 assists there against the Pacers there. So overall, I think he's in a pretty great spot based off of the minutes I'm expecting here and just how good he's been recently, as well as his usage, because his usage was very, very good in these last two games also, especially in the second half too, when Curry really wasn't playing much. But he had 23.7% usage in the second half last game against Minnesota, where he dropped, by the way, 23 points plus assist without Curry there. So I think overall he's in a pretty great spot, just based off the usage too. Because if you factor in games where he's had at least 20% usage, which I think we could see today, it's not like a lock or anything like that, but factoring games with at least 20% usage and even just 28 plus minutes over in every single game, except for one on the hook there against Milwaukee. So you guys can just see the reason why I like him so much today. I think he's in a great spot. Give me over for Buddy Hield and his 17.5 points plus assists on the PrizePicks board for tonight. Before we get to my next play, if you're not yet on Betr, it's one of the best apps out there right now, in my opinion. And if you use promo code DOMG props, not DOMG, but DOMG props, you get your first entry on them, win or lose, up to $250. And I think you also might get a free square when you sign up too. That's not guaranteed, but I think you might get a free pick also. What's so cool about this app and why this app is one of my favorites is that they have discounts every single day on this app. Today, we have two discounts. We have Jimmy Butler right now, discounted down to 29.5 points plus rebounds. Might be pretty nice without Steph Curry being there. You also have Yamamoto here, down to about 4.5 strikeouts. So one strikeout discount, which is definitely a lot. If you don't know anything about the MLB, it may not seem like a lot, but it definitely is a lot when you discount a guy by one strikeout. There's a lot more to this app too that I haven't even talked about, but my main thing that I love here is going to be those daily discounts. But they also have a ton of boosts for pretty much every single player also, by the way. Like Jimmy Butler here has 3, not even just 3. He has like 10 different boosts that on the board right now. They also have a ton of categories too, like fantasy score even, rebounds and assists, of course, your main ones. You also have some lower lines too, like his 5.5 rebounds. It's a really cool app though. Get it for yourself in my description. Be sure to use promo code DOMG props for your first entry on them, win or lose up to $250. I should also mention, by the way, that you can actually get a free month of my DubClub if you happen to use promo code DOMG on any app that I'm affiliated with. Just take a screenshot of using my promo code and send a screenshot of that to domgpropsvip@gmail.com. Should be available in my description. But just take a screenshot, send that to that email there, and I will send you back a link for a free month of my DubClub. Getting to my next play here, we're going to stay in the NBA here for this next one. The last play I'll talk about will be an NBA or an MLB play, but this time we're going to go back to my guy here who came through for us last time. That, of course, being Naz Reid. I like him over 7.5 points today, but you can take him up to like 11.5, 12.5, or 9.5 is also an option, just depending on what type of payout that you're looking for. If you pair all three plays from this video, you will get a 3.5x if you take the 7.5, which is what I personally took. But I'm okay with 9.5, 11.5, 12.5. It's really kind of up to you how greedy you want to be and just what type of payout that you're looking for. But Naz Reid's in a great spot, I think, to drop at least 8 points. He's had that in 84% of games this year. He also had 19 points last game and a massive 34 minutes. We took him last game over points and rebounds. He cleared it with just points. What's important, though, is like I was expecting, he played some massive minutes against Golden State. He played 34 minutes in that game. I think we'll be seeing at least 24 here, if not way, way more than that. So with games where he's played at least 24 minutes this year, he has been over this in 92% of games, as you see there. And if he does get up to about 30 minutes, he's been over in 92% of games this year, with one miss there being on the hook against Phoenix, and then one tough miss there against the Lakers. So you can just hear that I love him for obvious reasons here. I think he's in a great spot. Same read as last time. I just took him in the video, like, 2-3 days ago at this point. And I'm going to run him right back here, just with the Goblin this time, because his lines have kind of just been bumped too much to my liking. Like, I would like to take his 12.5 points, but I just can't bring myself to do it. If this line was just slightly lower, like maybe 11.5, 10.5, I'd probably take it. But points and rebounds too, if it was just bumped down to like 15.5 or even 16.5, I'd probably take it. But I'm just kind of being picky with his lines here. But I think he's going to float right around this line here. I think he should be in a great spot tonight yet again to go over his points or his points plus rebounds. Getting to my third play here, we're going to head over to the MLB. And again, if you guys want a bonus third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 175, and I drop a third play tomorrow also. We're going to go with Bailey Ober and his over on his fantasy score today. We got to find it, though, because there's so many guys that have OBER in their name, apparently. I like him over 34.5 fantasy score today. Now, this one is at 34.5 over on Underdog, but I do not like it on Underdog because they pay out a little bit differently, or the scoring is just a little bit different compared from PrizePicks to Underdog, so this one is PrizePicks only here. But Ober's been over this in 4 straight games, as you see here. What I'm saying here, though, is Underdog. You can see he's only been over this twice this year, but he's been over 4 times in 4 straight at 34.5 on PrizePicks. What's important though is that Minnesota are pretty big favorites here against the Orioles, and it's been the same process that we've been using to give me a 16-5 record on these so far this year. And wins, he has been over this in 4 straight and 4 of his last 5, at least this year. Last year, he was over in 73% of games. But what's important here, though, is to look at the outs here, because he is extremely juiced over 17.5 today. And in games this year, or I should say the only game he missed this year, he had only 12 outs in that game. This time around, he's expected to go 18 outs, which is important here, because, even last year, too, he had some games where they won, they still just missed the outs, which is why he missed this line. But if he's going 18 outs in this game, I expect him to clear his fantasy score, which he's expected to do. But in wins, too, or there's a little bit of chance for him to get a win, too. It's a plus 140. I think there's a little bit of a possibility for that, though. He goes to the earned runs here on the under. He's juiced on the under there, which is extremely important for our fantasy score here. And also you have a strikeout line being at a really nice spot here too, because it's 6.5, although juiced on the under. But he has not cleared this line so far at plus money. So I think he's in a good spot to have, 5 or 6 strikeouts in this game. So there's a lot to love about Bailey Ober today, which is why I like him so much over his fantasy score on PrizePicks. So that's just one of a couple reasons why I like him so much there. But I think their bullpen is a little bit in a tough spot too. I think every pitcher has thrown, if I'm not wrong, in the last 2 days, every reliever. So that's another great thing for Ober, and it just further cements why I think he has at least 18 outs in this game. So give me the over now for Bailey Ober in his fantasy score today. I'm not done with the free plays yet, but a couple of reminders. Don't miss out in joining the DubClub. There is a 3-day free trial linked to my description, or join for the next month for only $15. Both are linked to my description. Gives you access to all of my plays sent straight to you. Gives you access to the Discord where you get my correlation slips, my underdog streak, my community tab to talk to me and other members, as well as my contributor plays from Asby's, Emo, and Elo. Again, Elo's been absolutely killing it. Asby's has been killing it time and time again also. So go ahead and join with those links down in my description. But here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool. This tool here can show off the best expected value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, they have some value on some League of Legends and some CSGO, as well as some Call of Duty value here. So there's actually a ton of esports value available on the board right now. They of course have like MLB and NBA too if you scroll down. But there's some Halliburton under rebounds, Drew under points for example, Jack Leiter here over 4 strikeouts, which actually could be a pretty good spot here I think. I don't mind that play there, Jack Leiter over 4 strikeouts. But if you click on Plus TV plays, you can filter down to plays that fit into like a 2-pick power play or simply a 5-pick or a 6-pick flex. It's a really, really awesome tool. If you want it for yourself, get it for yourself in my description. Be sure to use promo code DOMG and when you click on the fantasy bundle and then scroll down and then use that promo code. But they have another tool available sold separately called the AI Asset Generator. This tool is over 2,000 units of profit since last year, and there are 13 slips on the board currently for apps like Underdog and PrizePicks. Right now, their top value PrizePicks play is a 5-pick flex, which contains some League of Legends value, some CSGO, some MLB, and some NBA. So there's a ton of different sports here mixed in, which gives a profit margin of 9.77%. So it just gives you entries just like that for PrizePicks. It's a really cool tool. Get it for yourself in my description, click on the slip generator, and then scroll down and be sure to use promo code DOMG. But thank you for watching. See you for the next video. Best of luck. If you want to submit over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, you can watch this video right here.